Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a glorious Monday here for the 12th of January, 2026. Hope everybody's having an amazing start to an amazing week. And if you don't think it's an amazing week, we'll make it amazing because we're going to raise your positivity, raise your vibrations, and throw you a party.
Absolutely. I just
I
finished
couldn't
enough.
get the 24. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the 24 dancing French poodles in the bikinis I had planned. They wouldn't sell me that many. But
I have a
I
little
do have a
show.
two. I have a backup plan in case they don't like our topics. But say hello to everybody in the chat room. We got Mystical. And we got
Dow Dow. Hello, Dow Dow. Thank you, Chris. And Crafty 8548.
good evening,
And that's
Angela.
me.
Let's see.
And that's me.
Evening, Crafty. Oh, good
Yep.
evening, Chris. Hello, everybody. And this is an amazing Monday so far for me, anyways. I did have another UFO encounter last night. For those who
Wow.
are who follow my UFO path, actually it happened around 3:30 this morning. Actually, I was I was finishing up some work and decided to heat up a bowl of soup. I no more than got three or four bites of my soup in, and as soon as I took maybe the fourth bite, the clock all of a sudden was reading 5:30 a.m. and everything was cold and so that's the brief version of my encounter. It has to be brief because I don't have any details for the rest of it.
I had a weird week. I had a very weird week of I think it was like some sort of like dimensional shift going on, or something has opened or changed for us because the week before, I kept getting messages from my spirit box that because of some of the things that I've done, they're able to, or to switch, to merge realities. So that you're supposed to be merging with another reality. So this week has been really weird. This past week. So, for example, I was at work. I'm typing a comment in Microsoft Teams, and I follow up with a completely different comment. Now, for some reason, the new comment I type in, when I finished it, I hit enter. It actually, when I hit enter, I just saw the comment I made several minutes ago, and then it slowly changed to what I had currently said. So it was like time had to catch up with me. It was weird. It was like time was in a lag. And then I had the same thing with my mail. I had some mail that I had opened, two pieces of mail I'd opened and left on my desk. And suddenly that mail reappeared, that same mail reappeared unopened again on the table downstairs. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to grab that. How can that be? This is the exact same mail I just have sitting up there that I've already opened. How is it back here? I'm going to go and look at this. I had to, get some things, and I got my mail that I already opened. And I laid it out, and so I'm going to go downstairs and get that mail that's sitting on the table down there and see if that's the case. Like, I didn't touch the mail downstairs. I went downstairs to go grab it, and it had just disappeared. And it was like a lag again, a lag in time. This time it was like a 3-day lag because the mail had been sitting there for like 3 days prior. And then it arrived again 3 days, 3 days again, in the same spot. It was very strange. And then I was driving in my car. All of a sudden, the miles, the odometer just flashed, and the trip on, the tripodometer was registering. Suddenly flashed and all went to zeros. I didn't touch the tripodometer, but it just all went to zeros. Everything. And then the mileage, when it finally came up, it already had calculated another like 30, 40 miles, which would have been impossible because I'd only been driving 4 or 5 miles. So it got really weird. And then it gets weirder. I was in the local bookstore,
Yeah.
and I heard this woman sigh. I heard this woman kind of give out like a sigh, and and also it kind of went into a whisper. And then I heard this strange sound after that I can't describe. And it was like right next to me. And I look around, there's no woman around me. I even looked around to see if somebody was around me with a cell phone, and they weren't. And for some reason, I instantly recognized, like my brain recognized, like, okay, I know who that woman is. She's my spirit guide, right? She's the Blessed Mother. And she's actually sighing with joy because what I'm hearing is the sound of a portal being opened into our world. And I recognize the sound of the change of that happening, the sound of dimension shifting. And I didn't know how I came up with that, but I'm like, oh, I know what that sound is. It's the sound of an interdimensional shift. It's the sound of the portal opening, and this will allow more evolved souls to ascend to higher realms. And that's what I concluded. What I that instantly popped into my head. And I did see a lot of 111 this week, like 111, 11, 11, 11, all this week
Yep.
too, this last week. So yes, it could have something to do with 111, like Chris is saying, kind of representing that shift of merging with another dimension. And that is like I witnessed it. Like there was a lag in time in reality here.
Yep.
Very strange.
And you know the old saying, now you lost time. You're thinking, right? You lost some time, correct?
Yes, I felt like I lost some time. Absolutely.
Right. Well, if you lose
And it
time,
felt like time was, yes,
right? What I was trying to say
if I
was,
lose
okay,
time.
so when you lose time, at some point in the next few weeks, you will get that time back that you lost. Time will speed up. At some point, you will get that time back. I almost guarantee you. Because I've had so much missing time over the years
Wow,
with ET
that would be
experiences.
amazing. And
I've had so much missing time over the years with ET experiences, but I've time that is, but I've always gotten time back as well. I've had time taken away, and I've had time sped up. So you will get your time back. And all of a sudden, you will look at the
oh,
clock and
that's great.
it'll be sped up. Now let's see here. Any more questions?
That's interesting.
Anybody?
'Cause I've been noticed for me, it's like time is like it will slow down and then all of a sudden it will speed up. It's like it's not a constant right now for the past few days.
No, like I say, when you lose time, you will get it back. It's always a given. Have you had a history of missing
Mm.
time experiences yourself, or
Um, I haven't had a history of missing time. I've not personally have had that. The only places that I seem to have experienced as somewhat of a missing time experience. It's not really, I wouldn't guess missing time, but a weird time phenomenon where I would be driving somewhere and all of a sudden it would seem like time has stretched out and gotten very slow for me, like driving on a road, and I'll be there and it will say, okay, it's 20 minutes to your destination. All of a sudden it's the next minute it says it's 45 minutes. It's like, wait a minute. What happened to the 30 minutes of destination? Now it's 45. I'm on the same road. It should not have lost time. Right? I should not have been missing that time frame. It's just a strange experience. It sounds like it will seem like I'm on the same road and I know how long it takes for me to get to point A to point B, especially if it's a familiar road because I drive all over the place. And so all of a sudden it takes much longer to get there and I'm driving the same speed and I shouldn't be experiencing any delay. Time should not be lengthening. But
right?
I've also experienced shortened time where I've been running late and then all of a sudden I am there much faster than when I should be. Um, I haven't experienced missing time though. But there isn't any time I really can't account for except for some strange variations in time that I can't really explain. And Dad else noticed that too. And I wonder too if we also gravity and time do seem to be linked, and scientists keep talking about changes, profound changes in what they believe is happening in the core of the Earth and in our magnetic field, and that could be affecting time and our experience of time also.
Yeah, that's very well possible. Like I
We
said, I
just had
myself,
Three Eye Atlas come by. I wonder if Three Eye Atlas.
throughout Atlas, from what I understand, it's just simply a comet only. There is no intelligent life on there or associated with it. But I myself have had a history of
Okay,
missing time,
it's my
dating clear back.
impression that I thought that maybe.
No, go ahead. Go. I'm listening.
Okay. You yourself had a history of missing time, and I'm sorry. There's a lag in our internet. This is why Chris and I kind of almost talk over each other because of the lag in internet. But because I remember doing the remote viewing, and what I was getting the impression of that ETs had dug into this natural flying debris, right, and then had been using it um, to gather information. Like they put technology inside of there, but to kind of disguise it. But I've
Right.
been seeing on here they talked about that it's spinning at a rate that shouldn't be spinning as far as large astral bodies. Usually they spin at something like at 2 hours for a large astral uh, comet or asteroid, but they're talking about minutes. Many times a minute, very high resolution revolutions, which nobody thought possible.
Right.
And then we have some questions in here. And see, Mystic LG5E says, I would like a message from Archangel Michael. Okay, we'll start with you because I did see you say that. Let me get through. Let me ask Archangel Michael to come through. Okay. So the Archangel Michael, message from him. So this is Dagaz. Dagaz is the rune of light and enlightenment. And what I'm hearing from the Archangel is saying the time of enlightenment is here. It's not in the past, it's not coming, it's here. And the next rune is I have is Feiyu. So Feiyu is money. And the message I'm getting is don't be impressed by money here. Work for money that is spiritual and heavenly in nature. So work for the heavenly wealth is what I'm getting. He says, don't worry about what's down here. Accumulate your wealth in heaven because blessings in heaven is worth way more than the what you have in your hand down here.
Right.
The next rune I got here is Manas. So Manas is the rune of the connection between the physical and the spiritual realm. It's also the rainbow, and I'm getting the rainbow. He says, remember God's promise. Remember, God always gives hope, and He has hope in store for you. He will never abandon you. That's the mention I have from the angel Michael, the archangel Michael.
We got one here from Crafty
And we
says,
have Lori Gibbs, 23. Okay. Crafty says, do my guardian angels or archangels have a message for me? Sure, I will answer that for you. And okay, Lori here. Crafty, does your guardian or any archangels have messages for you? So let's take a look here. Angel messages. So the first rune I got for you, Crafty, this is the rune of this is right though. So it means honor, a journey with honor, a journey of with the sun, journey of light. I'm getting on from the message from your angels, and I see there's three of them, and they're saying like stay with the light. I know it's very very hard right now. I know that, and the angels are saying you feel you have temptation to feel bitter, to feel betrayed, to feel cynical, but don't let that overtake you. Look to the light. Remember, the light is always there, even if people treat you awful, the light is still there, still with you. Okay, the light still hasn't left you. The next rune I got is, and I still have paint on me from my painting earlier. So the next rune I got here is Othala. So Othala is the oneness, is the Orlog. Um, and the angels are saying, like, remember that you are part of the oneness. You are part of the light that created everything. You are part of that ultimate deity that created everything and is the source of all light. And you cannot be abandoned. You cannot be. It's impossible to be abandoned when you are part of the ultimate source of the universe. The next rune I got is Ewas. So Ewas is the rune of journey, is travel. And these are two horses facing each other to form this rune. And your angels are saying, we travel with you always. We travel together. Understand that even though it's dark now, things will get better. You will see light. You will see hope. You will have a reason to have joy in your life. Here tonight. Love your readings and podcasts. Thank you, Lori. Well, let's see if there's any messages for you, Lori. We'll just do a general rune reading and see what you guys have to say. So the first rune I got for you, Lori, is Ansus. So Ansus is wisdom, and of course the camera show it backwards, but it kind of looks like an F with the arms pointed down. This represents speaking wisdom. Okay, speaking wisdom. And what I'm being told is that you have been given wisdom. Like it comes to you and you just have the urge to speak it and you don't know where it comes from. And it's actually your angels prompting you to okay, to speak wisdom, to have a message for that person in that moment. The next rune I got is Isa. So Isa is the rune of patience, but it's also meditation, pause,
Harmony.
take a rest, and it can be delay. In this case, what I'm seeing here is pause. Yeah, pause. You need to pause. You need that meditation. You need to slow down. And particularly, I'm being told like a meditation that kind of slows everything down for you. So when you're meditating, you're taking that deep breath and you're clearing your mind. Imagine time slowing down for you to allow yourself to have this quiet silence because I feel like your angels want to speak with you there and you need that time to rest as well. The next rune I got for you is Burkana. So Burkana, but I'm getting a message on this that the Blessed Mother of God is with you, and I feel like she hugs you from time to time. And it's like she is one of the guys that is trying to speak through you. Okay. Okay. And then Chris says, are my mom and I karmically soul contractually energetically tied to my mom's roommate? If so, how do we break that toxic tie? Please and thank you. Now let me check. Let me see what the all right. So now our internet's coming and going out. But let me check a look and see Chris about your mom and the roommate and see if there's a contact. All right, so the first rune I got for you, I got Rytho again, and I'm being told when I draw that rune that you were her last chance to put her on the right path. And It's like she's had a and the examples that you've been and the example I'm being told like you've been exemplary towards her despite how toxic she's been. If you are last chance. So the next rune is Degas. So Degas is the rune of enlightenment. So
Right.
the rune of enlightenment, the rune of clarity. So she's been put in your life, and you've been used to try to teach her to get her on the right path, but she's completely disregarded you. This is the rune of flow and water. And I feel like she's going to be flowing out of your life, and things are going to be flowing much easier after that. But I really feel like there's going to be divine intervention that you don't have to do anything. She's going to be taken out of your life. But she will be removed and put into the place where she needs to be in life and be removed out of her life. You could say that in prayer. I know for me, I actually light a candle, and I light a candle and as we do this in Catholic Church, and dedicate it to the intention of removing her. Since she's not going to change, right? With the help that you provided, she's not going to change. So you can light a candle, and in this case, I feel like you should pick like a yellow candle
Right.
and just bring light to the situation and just have that light push her out and just light the candle and it's like I dedicate this this toxic person and this toxic relationships and effects and the cause of healing, bring down that light. And when you do that, you can use a very tiny candle. You mean you could use like a small, little candle and just let it burn down, and with that intention, and you may be incredibly amazed at the result because you could feel confirmation when you do something like that. When prayer, you could feel your prayer answered, and you feel the atmosphere change when you do that.
Right. I agree. 100% agree.
That happened to me driving also. So you had an instant of time speeding up or slowing down where you were driving. Yeah, I've seemed to have that a bit, quite a bit. And then we have Lori Gibbs. She says, I have had a dream of my sister being at my front door and saying, "What are you doing? She died 4 years ago." Okay, let me just see what the runes have to say because I feel like um, over the years, most of the time when I've done readings of people have had those dreams, those type of dreams, it's usually a loved one is trying to get through, but there may not be certain of what they want to say yet. So let me see what the runes have to say on that, Lori. And please bear with us. Sometimes the internet is cutting in and out, so just pray that we stay connected and that internet issues go away. Okay, Lori, let's ask about your dream and your sister here. Is your sister trying to send you a message? So I got Ansus. So Ansus is the rune of wisdom and speaking. So yes, she is trying to send you a message. Um, the next rune I got is Urus. So Urus is the one of strength, but okay, this also represents healing, recovery, and I feel like she's trying to like establish a friendship. That's what I feel like. I feel like she's knocking on the door, like she's trying to bring back the sense of like being kids again almost and having a friendship with you. And that she's knocking at the door and is wanting you to. And I keep hearing her say that when she's knocking on your door, she's actually asking you not just to let her in, but kind of to believe, to let go of your disbelief, right, that this couldn't happen, and kind of let go of that, and kind of to allow that take shape and believe and just accept that it's her,
Yeah, she
trying to
wants to.
establish this relationship. It's nothing.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
she wants to go back to the good times, get those feelings back.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm feeling. And the last rune. Okay, and I also see her. She's kind of giggling as well. Um, and we're talking about this, but I see her kind of youthful, and it's almost like a teenage feel to her. It's as if she's trying to play a little bit. The next rune I got is which is called a bind rune. So a bind rune is multiple runes or runes doubled. So this is weird. And the weird, if you heard about in Shakespeare the weird sisters, where there was a belief in Nordic belief that those are the sisters of weird, of the ones that actually weave fate. And one of them is the one that starts off the weave. There's one that's at the end that decides when it ends and cut it off, but they actually design that interconnectedness like a web, so the web of weird. And so she's using that interconnectedness to reach out to you because she's still connected with you, and she's using the interconnectedness of the universe, but she's not there with like a message of anything profound. It's just like she just wants to have like continue a relationship with you and be friends, and kind of use the ability on the other side where you can actually recreate different realities and have anything appear instantly on the other side to kind of have a wonderful friendship and a good time. So I feel like she's trying to make that entrance into your dreams and kind of take you in your dreams to go to that other world so you can both have fun and enjoy each other's company.
I feel the exact same way. I feel like that's
You're welcome, Lori. And she said, spot on.
let's
And
see who
that's,
else do.
I mean, that feels wonderful, and it actually feels wonderful. Okay. And I'm looking through the chat to see if anybody else. Oh, Grizzly's there. Hi, Grizzly.
Hello,
Hello,
buddy.
Grizzly. And Chris says, "Thank you. Just want to make sure whether we are moving or would we remove us out of her clarification." And going through the comments. And Dal is asking for a reading. Can I have a general reading, please? Sure, Dal. Let's do that. Okay, Dal. Let's do a general reading. So the first rune I have for you is Algies. So Algies is the rune of protection. It's sanctuary. And it actually, at first, I'm feeling like this rune is saying there's like a struggle with you trying to build a sanctuary during this time. It feels like you get pulled away from different things, and when you're trying to build your own sanctuary in your own home, like a place to, and you're just like, oh, I'm just getting settled. Something come and grabs you and takes you away from that. And it's like, when will things settle down? Um, One I got here is that you can create it, but you have to kind of call it out and then create it in the spirit world first. And you can do that through meditation. You can visualize this room and just relax. Visualize this rune in your meditation and imagine it in red, or imagine it. I'm being shown like imagine it on a door. Open that door, and that door is built for you that you can enter in, right? And then you can have that peace there. And then you ask while you there, can I have a piece of this room? And then you ask, this sanctuary created in my material world, have it manifest here, so I can have that time and that peace. But yes, that's when written in red on a wooden door, and open that door, and that will be your sanctuary on the other side. The next rune is Othala. So Othala is the rune of oneness, but it's also royalty, DNA, and I'm being told to remind you that you're actually royalty because you come from heavenly royalty, right? You've been created by God, and that is royalty, right? We are all sons and daughters of the Most High. So to remind you of that heavenly royalty that you are a part of, the heavenly family. The next rune I have is Gabo. So Gabo is gift. Gabo is gift. So heaven has this gift waiting for you. It's a matter of you getting into that meditation and taking up that visualization so you can utilize that gift that's already there. And then somebody, Bigfoot Outlaw, does anyone want Grizzly to come on and do a reading?
Sure.
I would love Grizzly to come on and do a reading. Angry.
Hello.
And Joey's saying, please. Mary wants a reading too.
Yes, Mary would
Okay.
love to have a reading.
All right. Let's do a reading from Mary.
All right, folks, you're getting ready to see a great reading from for Mary, and then maybe even one for Grizz. So get ready for something like
And how are you doing, Grizzly, too? How are you? Great.
Doing good, much better. A little bit of pain tonight in the backside, but other than that, doing good, man. And been watching everybody's show, admiring everybody's talent, and Angela and Chris have been fantastic.
oh yes.
Thanks, Crafty. And Michelle. Go ahead, Angela.
Awesome.
Mary, this is for you.
All right, Mary.
Hi, Angela.
I'm doing a reading for you. So I'm then
I'm here. I'm
shuffling the
listening.
cards really, really well. Okay. Hi, Mary. Thank you so
Hi.
much. The first rune I got for you, I got the bind rune of weird, which is the manifest like our destiny that's been woven for us with from by the weird sisters in Norse mythology. And what I'm being told to remind you is that how much that the universe has brought so much together to remind you of the synchronicity, like all the synchronicities that you have been having, and this interconnectedness.
Michelle.
The next rune got for you is Gabo is gift. I'm being told that you are the catalyst for all the interconnectedness. So I'm being told here that this is a gift. Like you have a gift for initiating and bringing that interconnect together, especially people that are supposed to meet each other. It's like you're the
Right.
one that is initiating all the connections. It's like you have a gift to making sure that people that are supposed to meet actually meet.
That's cool.
Okay, and then another rune I got here is Dagaz. Dagaz is the rune of enlightenment. And I'm being told like you can meditate on this, how you've initiated these connections and how you've like the catalyst for all making sure that the planned connections that and continue to make connections that maybe that you want to have happen, but haven't happened yet. And all you'd have to do is meditate and put that intention in the spirit world, especially into the light, and it will happen. You'll see it manifest.
Okay.
Awesome.
We've been talking about meditating and stuff again lately.
Yeah.
I haven't done a whole lot because we've had
That
so
makes-
much going on.
You want to hand me my moon cards, please?
Yeah.
They're right underneath the chase. So, Chris. Not you, Chris. Chris out in the audience.
Yeah,
So, she's asking about her car. So, Angela, how have you been?
I have been good. I have been quite good, and I have been busy, quite busy, and the spirit guides have been busy with me. So
Yeah,
they're
I've seen
talking to
your
me a
painting,
lot.
right? And what about you,
Yes,
Sir
and
Chris? How have you been?
Well, I've been absolutely fantastic. Loving life, getting ready for our special celebrity guest we have coming to the Fright Files this Friday. It's going to be amazing. And enjoying this warm weather we're having here, well, briefly.
Chris, your card is the 10th house, and that is the world card. So, yes, your new car will work out. I do see a couple of stumbling blocks, but it's just minor paperwork working out. Angela, can you validate anything of that, please?
okay. So, and I'm reading about his new car, correct?
So,
Okay.
Chris, she had
So,
totaled her car, and she wanted to know if her new car is going to end up working out.
okay. So the first rune I got is death and regeneration and communication. So I do feel that you're being led to a new car, but it also feels like there's a struggle too between a couple of vehicles. It's like there's a choice there, and you're kind of not sure on the fence which one's going to be the one, and it's kind of hard to pick which one is going to be the, because you want to find, okay, which one is more dependable, which one is going to be the more dependable car, and it's like it's a toss up between these two. I don't know which one is going to be the right one. So let's just see what the runes have to say about that. So the next rune I've got here is Tiwaz. Now, for some reason, I keep seeing red with this. I don't know if the newer car is a red car, but I'm seeing red. And I'm being like, this is a car. It's got a little bit of I'm feeling a little pep to it. Feeling like it's real responsive. Like it's a small car, but it's got a little bit of power to it. And you're like, I don't know about this car, but it feels like it's a good fit for you. The next rune, also I'm being told that it's like the car. This is kind of funny. It feels like the car has a personality or a character or a spirit with it. And it's like the car has a history with a prior owner that was kind of
And
rough
for
on
some
the outside.
reason, I got like Transformers. Is like Chris like Transformers or something? Chris says her mom's car is red.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I've got that the car it's like it's like a reflection of the owner, a little I'm being told a rough on the outside, smooth engine
Well,
on
that
the
got his
inside.
attention. You
That's what
must know what that
that's what
is.
I'm being told. It's like smooth running on the inside, rough on the outside. So I may have a little bit of a wear and tear on it, but it feels like it's got a lot of personality or a little pep in the engine. The next rune I got is algaes. So algaes is sanctuary. Um, and I have the impression is like you're going to make the right decision on this, but I feel like just before you do, ask your spirit guide to pull you towards the correct vehicle, so they'll actually feel the pull, like you know it because the spirit guide's like grabbing him by your arm, like let's go over to this car. It was kind of kind of like my experience with the car I got now, because I kept dreaming about getting another car, and I was like, I'm not ready for a new car. I'm not going to get another car. I had no intention. Then the water pump went out on it, and I'm like, oh no, I don't have a choice. I need to look for a car, and they were showing me the car to get, and drove all over the place, looked everywhere because nobody had station wagons. But and I knew the next car was a station wagon. I ended up with one, and I ended up with the right car. It's like the spirit picked it out for me, and it was the only station wagon in the city of Columbus. It was just right for me. So, and it turned out great.
That's
I just
great.
wanted to jump on
Doubt this is
and say hello to
100% correct.
everybody.
And then Chris saying her car is red. So
Right. And I just want to say thank you, Angela, and thank you, Chris. You're doing a
You bet.
I
fabulous job.
appreciate that. It's so good to see you.
Yes, absolutely. And everybody in the audience, it's nice to see you guys. And I'm always out there watching and listening. So, Godspeed, guys. Take care.
Take care. All right. I want to thank Grizzly Chris for coming on and joining us. It's fantastic. We love having all of our familiar faces and families here. And let's see, do we have anything else in the chat room? Otherwise, I'll tell about one of my missing time experiences, one of my most profound missing time experiences.
Actually, there was a missing time experience that was relayed to me at a haunted location. It seemed to happen at haunted locations too. That missing time experience as well. I had friends that they were at a haunted school, post 10 elementary school, and it doesn't take very long to go from one end of the building to another when you're outside. It's not a big building, but for some reason there were 3 hours of missing time to walk from one end of the yard to the other, and it shouldn't have happened as such.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And
I do have a painting real quick.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was going to show you a painting. So I just finished another painting. It's just one of my weird. Sometimes I get into a painting. I'm just showing weird creatures and taught to show. There's a reason to it. So you kind of see this entity. It kind of looks scary. It's got a mouth on the bottom, a mouth on the top, kind of eyes, and it's got fire, and it's got a spine. It looks like it's a creeper of some kind. So that was kind of led to paint that as kind of an outlet because of right now that thing represents that right now because the employers are taking advantage of the economic situation, kind of being awful rough with people, and and this thing is kind of the expression of that. And I've been asked to pray and to by spirit to go ahead and set the intention for um, vindication and
Right.
balance to be restored in that. So I've been asking and praying to that, and I feel like that's starting to be answered. It may be slow, it may be slow for us to see that materialize, but I feel like that's going to happen because I put all everybody's suffering out there and their anger is expressed in this and boarded into this. So hopefully that it's not out there in the world and we can ask for help. And so, Chris, experience. And by the way, I'm calling that painting Larry, Employee of the Month.
All right. That is cute.
If anybody's interested in that, I just kind of go ahead, Chris.
All right. So yeah, I will tell everybody here about one of my most profound missing time experiences. Just to give a brief overview, I've had numerous ET experiences since I was born. I was born here on Earth through a mother and father. I have a mother and father up above. Up above, we are the mantis beings, praying mantises. I have a mother and father up there, and I every now and then go up there and see my family, and do work up there. And of course, whenever they take me, it always turns out being like a missing time experience. Like I'll be busy doing one thing or relaxing even, and next thing I know, I'm aboard craft or I've been taken. Unfortunately, my memories aren't fully intact when I come back, but I do get bits and pieces, and I have had hypnotherapy. So there's one particular incident, or not incident, but one night I went aboard craft. It was a Saturday evening, and about 9:30 at night, I was talking with my friend on the phone, my best friend in the whole world, and of course I cannot type on a telephone. My typing skills on a cell phone are ridiculous. Like if you told me to type up spaghetti meatballs, I'd probably type up um Bozo wears a thong or something just silly like that. My typing skills are terrible. And so I typed up what I wanted to say, and my girl and Rachel, my best friend, starts laughing and laughing and laughing, just constant laughter. And I said, "Go ahead and get it out of your system." Now, as soon as I said that, it was now 9:30 a.m. The minute I said that last word, "Get it out of your system," I turned around. It was 9:30 in the morning, and I was awakening in bed. And some people can say, "Well, it's possible you got sleepy and went to bed." No, because anybody who has missing time experiences or any experiences involving ET usually have some form of like their clothes are disarranged on the floor or not where they're normally kept, or they'll wake up in a different location what they normally go to bed in, various things. And here I was waking up in bed at 9:30 a.m. and and at first I didn't understand. At first I didn't think nothing of it. As soon as my feet hit the floor, I thought, wait a minute, when did I go to bed? So I tried to retrace my memory. What's the last thing I was doing at that moment before this happened? I was on the phone, yes. I talked with my friend on the phone, yes. And she laughed because I typed wrong, yes. I told her to get out of her system. Poof, that's the last thing I remember. So I tried to rethink what happened, try to go back to that moment. And I couldn't bring myself to go back to the moment. I was too shook up. And proof that something had happened, my clothes were scattered all across the floor in the room. They were not, because I don't normally keep them stacked. They were just scattered all over the clothes I'd wore that night. They were just scattered. And so as the day progressed, I then started getting visions of what had happened, where I'd been. And I'd been up at Wardcraft with my um, family up there along with others. So there was eight beings total, and I'm in the center. And we were having a conversation. I won't get into details on all that, but that's one of my most memorable missing time experiences.
I had dreams for a while that ETs were coming to get me, and this is when in my dreams I'd be 2 or 3 years old, and they would come and get me, and I'd be so scared. And there would be a bright light, and they would come get me, and they were experimenting with some sort of interaction where they had, and I was doing physics problems. I was actually calculating physics as far as setting that as. And I was doing these long formulas, like 3 or 4 years old, doing these long mathematical formulas. And I would be in the ship, and I would put my hands on these receivers, and I could guide the ship just with my mind. And
Right.
one of these beings stepped forth, and he was a gray. He had the large head and the big dark eyes. And he said that he was my father, and that had a hand in my engineering, and that my DNA was discarded DNA that he had actually used to create me, and that the reason why I had these abilities was to help move humanity forward with these abilities that I was given. and that it was a key to freedom for humanity from oppression. Because if you free your mind, nobody can control you. And that's the message he left me with. And till this day, I don't know what to think about it because I don't have validation for that. Like, I don't have any implants. I don't have any other experience with E. I think we lost Chris again. Did you
No,
hear
I'm
me,
right here.
Chris?
You're cutting in and out, but I do hear you, but you're cutting in and out bad. Um,
Okay,
so
so
yeah,
what I was saying is that, like, how would I validate that that was an actual memory or ET experience? Is there something that some communication that could take place with the ETs to say to validate was real, that we turned to dime and we were working on your DNA? And is there a way to validate that? Because I don't have any implants or anything like that, but I had a series of dreams that were in chronological order where they were taking me for these experiments, or I was actively engaging, using my mind to fly and control their ships. Okay, I can't hear you, Chris.
okay, so yeah, what I was starting to say was what you
For
can do
some
to
reason,
validate
there's
it.
no sound on your end.
You don't hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay, so what I was saying was what you need to do is um, every night before you go to bed, to have a little piece of paper with you and write down what you want to know or what you want to see happen the next day. Write down your intentions on that paper. Place that paper under your pillow.
Okay.
You can even read it a few times before you put it underneath there. Ask your spirit guides and ET friends and family, and even our man above, our Father. Ask them to help you manifest that into reality, and in return, let them know you're going to continue to help other people and do great work, kind of like an exchange of things. And do not be surprised if you don't get a response back to all that. Don't be surprised if you don't wake up and everything is much better than what it even is now. Like everything you're wanting will manifest itself once that is
Okay.
complete. And I think it's been an amazing
Well,
hour
that's
here
great.
uh, I think it's been an amazing
I
hour
think
here tonight. A wonderful time. Any last words you want to say, Angela, before we close?
sure. So I think this is a time, since we've had this merging or a portal open, to really, really pay attention to your dreams, right? Like, pay attention to your guides and your dreams, and pay attention to your guides and your dreams, and write down the messages. And because I really feel like this is a heightened time, a heightened opportunity for spirit communication at this time. Of course, you can always type in my name, Angela Boley, psychic portrait artist, on Google, and find my website and my Facebook page. And we can continue to talk about this. And I have videos I post every Sunday on my page talking about this. And more recently, I've been talking about the future. So I encourage you to watch those videos so we can have a discussion and kind of go back and forth between everybody's guides. What we can learn from each other. I think it's important to learn from each other.
I think it is very, very important to learn from each other. You learn as you grow, and you learn. The more people you meet, the more you learn. And you can find me, Chris Harmon, on Facebook at Chris Harmon Crabbie Kinks. I'm also a championship fisherman. Um, you can find me all across social media. I do teach remote viewing. We have a new round or another round of our basic beginners certification course getting ready to start in just a few weeks. Actually, next week to be exact. So if anybody wants to take our beginner's course of remote viewing and get certification. It's only $200. That covers the whole course and everything you need. And that starts in just a few weeks. You can send me an email at rascal.1@icloud.com. That's rascal.1@icloud.com. Or all across social media, send me a message, and we can get you signed up for that. It's only $200, and you get your certification. It's a fantastic course. We have a lot of fun. And thank you everybody in the chat room that's come here tonight and joined our toga party that we didn't have and all that wonderful stuff. And thank you everybody, and thank you Angela for your wonderful help and support. And I enjoy coming here and joining you every week. It's fantastic. And thanks everyone.
Thank you. And thank you, Chris. And it's wonderful to work with you. And I love everybody in the chat. Thank you so much. You love and support us both. Have a great evening. Have a great week.